Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the channel. My name is Artie. I figured I'd bring you guys along, start up a channel, and show you guys what's going to be going on with this E30 build that I've got. So this is my 1986 BMW 325e. However, prior to me buying it, there were a couple of things done to it. Primarily the fact that it has an ETA block, but it was swapped out for an 885 head that came off of a 325i. Along with that, it got the intake manifold and the ECU, all of the necessary bits to be able to swap that over. Today, I'm about to be pulling the motor out of the car because I have a turbo kit going on it. I'm going to be going through an entire build with this thing, still sticking pretty much stock motor. We'll go over the details here in the future, but wanted to be able to give you guys a once over on the car. It's Alpine white. It's on some aftermarket wheels currently. I have got the interior all torn apart though. I have got the dashboard out, a bunch of wiring all over the place. I've actually got the dashboard up there sitting on the top of my parts rack. It's got some cracks. I'm going to go ahead and fix it up. There's going to be some stuff going on with that in the future. Going to be doing some additional interior work as well while the car is down. Coming around the back, I have got a high dive bumper kit on it. This is a great kit. You can pick them up on eBay, and it is really an updated look for the early model rear bumpers in my opinion. Not a whole lot else going on with the car currently. I do have a 3-inch stainless custom exhaust that one of my buddies, John, built for me. We'll be going over some more about that in the future as well. But I want to go ahead and show you guys the car, let you see everything that's going on, and I'm going to go ahead, start trying to pull it apart, be able to get this front bumper off, pull the drive shaft out, plan on pulling the entire motor just to be able to clean up the engine bay and make it real nice before the turbo goes on it. Figured I would also go ahead and show you guys some of the other E30 builds that we have in the shop right now. This is one of my buddies, Payne, and his turbo E30 that he's got. He just built this pretty recently, started to get some tuning done, went ahead and wanted to fix up a couple of additional things with the fuel system, just reroute a couple of things to clean it up before he has it permanently on the road. He's got it on some nice work wheels, Willwood big brake kit. This is a late model, I believe it's a 1991. The motor on this is actually built by VAC Motorsports. It is a 2.9 liter stroker motor, fully upgraded forged internals. Awesome motor build. Maybe I'll be able to go through his build with you guys sometime in the future. He's got a bottom mounted turbo, and when this thing is fully up and running, plans on putting it on ethanol eventually, it is going to be a really crazy car. He's shooting for 600s or so to the wheel, so should be really quick in this chassis for sure. Coming outside of that, we have also got, one of my buddies got a Bronco in here. He's just trying to fix this up, get this running well again. We have got another E30. This one is just a parts car, was bought from Pull Apart. Just wanted to be able to use it. We got a few E30s in the shop, so we figured we'd scavenge whatever parts off of it may be useful to us, and we would go ahead and get rid of the chassis after that. Last E30 that is currently in the shop is this red 1990 Vert. This belongs to my buddy Connor, who you can also watch on YouTube at the J Rummel. I'll try to figure out how to put a link up here somewhere to his channel. But he has the motor out of his. He's going through a build on this as well. It was non-running when he bought it, but he's got a bunch of stuff in store. It should be back up and running in not too long. Go ahead and check out his channel. guys just saw me pull off the front bumpers, the headlights, everything up along the front to get to this point. So I wanted to stop and kind of tell you guys what's going on with the front of this now. Next, I'm going to be taking off these screws up along the side. This front valance is going to come off the front of the car. Once I get that off, I'm actually going to be doing the radiator support removal, and that's done by taking out screws up here. We've got a couple of bolts holding this stuff together, and then there's actually spot welds up along the frame and one or two of them up along the side here as well. But once that's removed, this entire radiator support all the way across and all the way down comes out of the front of the car, which leaves the front end completely open. The engine can come straight out. It's not something that, if you're pulling the motor out one time and never plan on doing anything else with it, then you don't really need to do this, but doing this makes it way more serviceable for in the future. If you ever have to pull this back out, even just for timing belts, even though this is a little bit of a process, if you want to go through it, make it smooth, make it easy, you pull this front end apart, pop the radiator support out, and you have full access to the front of the motor for any kind of work that you may need to do. So since I'm going pretty in depth, I have some more future plans for a potential different engine to be going in this car. I'm going to go ahead and do it, get it out of the way, just have it taken care of so I don't have to worry about it in the future. Alright, I stopped the time lapse earlier on the core support removal because it ended up taking a little bit longer than I expected. I had to drill out and use a chisel on both of the outer walls and then cut everything out off the frame rails. Gonna end up making some weld up tabs to be able to put on the inside of that. That should let us bolt it right back into the car. I'm gonna go ahead and probably start a time lapse for the rest of the engine removal. And just like that, the engine is out of the car. Taken out, transmission and engine both. I'm gonna take the transmission off the back of the motor. And I'm gonna end up taking that block off of that engine stand, putting this one on it so I can start tearing it down. All right, motor is on the stand. Transmission is separated from it. It's actually that one over there. These two are different E30 transmissions. That one's actually got a little bit of an input shaft rattle in it. So I'm probably gonna end up putting this transmission back in when it all goes back together. But that's a little ways down the road. I'm gonna go ahead and start trying to clean this up. Once the motor gets cleaned up a bit, I'm gonna go ahead and clean up the rest of the bay and start taking care of all this stuff. But that will be for future content on this, not anything we're going to cover in today. So we'll see you guys in the next one.